it is important that we keep the spotlight on the fallout from the massacre at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. Cops are continuing to try to wait it out so the spotlight gets a little less hot on the incredible depth of their incompetence and failure. And
I've been hearing weird reports of traffic stops and stuff like that. Maybe some intimidation.
Of the woman that spoke out and tried to jump the fence and spoke about their. Yes,
yep.
She a few weeks ago she spoke to the press and said essentially that she's terrified because the cops have been blaring their sirens and have been waiting outside her home.
And I don't like the feds either, but in a context like this, like I think the onus is on and pressure should be put on the federal government to send their forces down there. So there's at least more light on it, because Texas police are, I mean, even for cops, just in like mendacious lying culture about like things as severe as dead kids.
Yeah, and I in terms of the feds, Joaquin Castro, a representative from Texas, has called for an FBI investigation. I'm, again, no fan of the FBI, but there needs to be some sort of federal oversight on this.
While there's FBI, let's point it towards the cops. Exactly.
Right. So credit to CNN here. They are not letting up, and they interviewed teacher Arnie Reyes, one of the survivors of the massacre. Here is his recounting of what he witnessed and how long it took for the cops to arrive.
Arnie Reyes was the only survivor from classroom 111 at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. After a month in the hospital, 10 surgeries from bullet wounds to his arm and back, he is finally back home and talking about the day that ripped so many lives apart.
I was getting the kids under the table. I turned around, and when I turned around, I saw him, but I just saw like the shadow, and that's when I saw the two, like the fire, and then I ended up on the ground as well.
And so you get hit, and you go down. Mm-hmm. And what's going on in your mind at that time?
I'm just thinking and waiting for somebody to come and save us. You always think, you know, something bad is happening, that the cops get there so fast that they rush in and they help you, you know. And I was just waiting for that. I was waiting for anybody to come save us.
We now know it would be a long and agonizing 74 minutes before police would enter Reyes' classroom to kill the gunman.
He did a lot of things to make me flinch or react in some way. And that was one of them, where he like got my, like, as I'm laying down, like either like this or like this, tapping it, but it was splashing on my face.
The blood?
Yeah.
Was he trying to see if you were still alive?
I think so.
You're laying there for over an hour, right? And no one's coming to help. What do you think of that?
That they forgot us. I mean, they probably thought that we were all dead or something, but if they would have gone in before, some of them probably would have made it.
It's a question many are struggling with as precious seconds.
Yeah, so, I mean, credit to the bravery of Arnie Reyes there. I mean, like, the fact that the immediate right-wing response, I can't get over this, because they've abandoned this because the facts don't even approach anything close to, like, a case that they could make to blame the teachers. But, you know, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick was out there blaming teachers for not closing doors. And
which was a lie planted by the cops.
Exactly. And the cops' lies continue to drip, drip, drip out. Yesterday, the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Report indicated that there was a cop that had the shooter in the cop's crosshairs and could have shot the shooter and held off on firing to, quote, await confirmation from his supervisor, which was that was the entirety of this, right? Which was a lot of people standing around, twiddling their thumbs, waiting for some sort of authority, even though they had all of the training, the requisite training that is supposed to stop this.
The book says once you have 2 or more people, you breach and stop the killing. That's like literally the handbook.
And they didn't do it. And so this is why, one, putting empowering cops through more weaponry, through more funding. When Biden chants fund the police at the State of the Union, because they have this perception that it doesn't go over well with the suburban voters, who are the only people that they seem to care about at this point. The consequences of that are just more money taken away from communities that would help them and going towards cops who will do absolutely nothing with it. And we have a case in point.